Hey foodies, how you guys doing today? Welcome back to Kay's Kitchen. Today I will be doing the first part of my cooking. I'm making some curry goat, and so I'll just be doing the seasoning of the goat today, and then tomorrow I'll go ahead and I'll cook it. I just like my meat, especially my goat, or if I'm making oxtails, to season and sit in the refrigerator for at least a whole day. So over here you'll see my seasonings. Alright, so those are the seasonings I'll be using, and then for my bottle seasoning, I have my Kay's Kitchen seasoning, as well as my blended curry mix. If you guys, like I always say, if you want to know how I made those seasonings, go back to the previous videos and you'll see how I made the Kay's seasoning as well as the curry blend. I'll be seasoning my goat in 3 batches. Right here is the first of the 3 batches. Okay guys, so I'm done doing my seasoning now, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and store this up in the refrigerator till tomorrow. And I know you guys saw me pouring water as I was seasoning the meat. It's because using curry powder along with my other seasoning, sometimes the meat get a little dry. So I add some water to it to help blend the seasoning with the meat better. And also I use a spoon to go ahead and season my goat, and that's because I go to the butcher to get my goat cut up, and so some pieces of the goat is really sharp, and I've learned my lesson on getting cut. So what I do is I use a strong spoon and I go ahead and I stir it as I season my meat, right? So that could be a great tip for you guys if you're ever using meat that has sharp bones to it. Use a spoon and it incorporates your seasoning very well. So like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and store this meat in the refrigerator, and then y'all will see me tomorrow when I get ready to cook this, all right? Hey foodies, welcome back. Yesterday I seasoned up my goat. Today I'll be actually cooking the goat, all right? But before we get started, let me grab my wine. You grab your wine. Today I'll be doing the Capriccio Sangria, all right? And this wine is actually a nice fruity wine. They have them in the big wine bottles, and I decided to get just the 4 case of that. So let me go ahead and take my sip of my wine and we'll get cooking, okay? All right, foodies, so I got my goat in the pot. You see I filled it with water because it's gonna take this goat at least 2 to 3 hours to cook, depending on how tender the meat is, right? So what I'll do is I'll come back in about another 30 minutes and I'll stir it and I'll take a look at the water level, check the tenderness of it, see if I need to add some more water, all right? So stay tuned. All right guys, I've been cooking this goat for about 2 hours now. You've seen I came back and I stirred the pot. I added some additional water, and with the water it's very important that you use boiling water to put in the pot. Do not put cold water in there or you run the risk of making your meat tough, okay? So I added the boiling water to it and I let it go, and then now I'm going back after 2 hours and I'm checking the meat and it's tender. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and taste my gravy and see how much more seasoning I need to add, because remember, with me adding additional water to it, it's gonna need some seasoning. Actually, ooh, you seen all that pepper I added to it? So that pepper is hitting me in the back of my throat. I really don't need too much seasoning because when I did my initial seasoning, I seasoned that bad boy up. Just remember, this is a lot of goat I'm cooking, so it may look like it's a lot of seasoning I'm putting in there, but that's 10 pounds of goat, okay? And then to that, I have my other seasoning, which is my onion, my bell pepper, my thyme, my rosemary, my scotch bonnet pepper, and garlic that I cut up in advance. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to it. All right guys, so I second seasoned my pot. I added my other seasoning, which is the onion, bell pepper, thyme, rosemary, garlic, and scotch bonnet pepper. I'm gonna let this go for another 15 minutes because my goat is already really nice and tender. So I'm just gonna get these seasonings to be incorporated more into it. And after that, I'm just gonna turn my stove off, all right? This is gonna be for Thanksgiving. Today is Tuesday, so I'm gonna have this baby just marinating in the freezer for about 2 days. So it's gonna even be more better for Thanksgiving Day, all right? Thanks for checking me out, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, all right? This is Goat, Curry Goat.